104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Do not forget you're 15 minutes away from possibly $10,000 with the summer of 2020 free.
And today, your chance to score Beats AirPods. I almost said Beats headphones. Beats headphones are what's up for grabs today. Beats wireless earbuds, actually, for the summer of 2020 free. That's in about 20 minutes, where we give you 3 chances a day to become a finalist for $10,000.
Oh, yeah,
15, yeah. It's already 8:05-ish, yeah. So right now we're going to do When Animals Attack. We've heard lots of different stories over the years of different random things. I mean, we were just opening the show this morning. Eric was saying right in our very own KRBE parking lot, 2 cats were going at it. And Eric so geniusly tried to go after them like, hey, you guys quit that now.
I tried
Those
to
cats
separate
could have
them.
easily turned on you.
That's why I didn't get too close. I'm just like, quit. I don't know if they're in heat or just fighting. It looked like a turf war to me.
Yeah, you didn't feel like it was
Snapping their paws.
consensual.
Yeah, when you're a cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this woman in Beaumont, though, this is a crazy story. You would never expect this. You're just out there.
Silsby, to be exact.
Okay, so you're out there just cutting your lawn, and all of a sudden a snake falls from the sky and lands on you. And then seconds later, a hawk attacks
hawk shows up. Now listen, if you
What are the
Google the
chances?
story, I just want to warn you guys, if you Google the story, the pictures come up first in a lot of these
It's nasty.
story. And it looks disgusting. The first picture you see is her giving a thumbs up. Her arm is wrapped up from the hospital. But the second pictures and the third are disgusting. So exactly what happened to her, she said she was on her tractor.
Well, we've got the audio. We've got the audio. Instead
okay,
of
you have
just
the whole
telling
thing.
the story, let's
Just
let her tell
click
it.
to Houston. They went out there, or they had their Beaumont affiliate give them the story. But here's what Peggy Jones had to say what happened.
I was mowing on our property, and just out of the sky, out of the clear blue, a snake fell onto my arm. I began to sling the snake off of my arm, and he wrapped around my arm and just held on tighter. Kept striking in my face. He was striking my glasses. Just started praying out, Jesus, help me. Please, Jesus, help me. A hawk came down. He grabbed the snake and tried to take the snake off, but he didn't have a good grip. The hawk kept coming down. He came down about 4 times. He finally got the snake and took off with the snake. And I looked down and I was covered in blood. My arm was pretty tore up. I had venom all over my right eyelids of my glasses. I think they kind of thought I might have been on drugs because they asked my daughter and my husband what kind of drugs I was taking, but it was definitely no drug. And I think that was God's way of letting me live.
She is so lucky that she had rather large glasses, and the snake was actually striking at her lenses.
So was it like
was
a
trying to go,
rattlesnake type, or was it
That's insane.
It was trying to go for her eyes.
It was a venomous snake.
And the venom from the fangs was all over her glass lenses.
If she didn't have glasses, then she would have been
bit her
bitten in
eyes
the
out.
eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
So the
Okay,
hawk
my
dropped
thing
the
is
snake,
how-
then what happened, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the hawk was her savior for getting the snake, but y'all, when you say the snake fell out of the sky, what in the hell?
The snake had
was she
wormed his
under
way
a giant
out.
tree and it fell out? Because I saw that on the Comal River, Kev, on Twitter the other day. People on the Comal, there was a snake falling out of the tree, and people were like, ah! And they're like flipping over their tubes.
This fell from the sky.
Hold
so
on,
the
hold on,
snake
hold
had
on.
weaseled
That one
its
was
way out
fake,
of the
Roula.
hawk's grip.
Oh, that was fake?
Hold on. We need to take a step back to Roula because she's back on the Bed Bath & Beyond website.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
Now, Roula, that was a prank that some
That's a
kids
prank.
were doing. They had the snake on a rope, so every time someone floated by, they dropped it on the people
And they
and got a
blew it up.
video of it, and it was
Okay.
really funny. This was
Well,
not.
it looks like
This one was
A prank.
legit.
This was not a prank roll.
Okay, but snakes can't fall out of trees like that? I don't know.
No, I mean, they could, I guess, but this one was.
This one I
I'm just
thought-
assuming the hawk grabbed it, didn't have it by.
Oh,
Squirmy.
okay,
It
gotcha,
wormed its way
gotcha.
out.
Already had it.
And then he sees this woman with the snake, and he's like,
Stealing his supper.
hey, this is my prey.
the hawk had
Oh,
talons
my God.
and was not holding on tight enough.
Yeah, where's that drop?
Where is that thing? I'm trying to
Come on,
remember.
Ryan, you've had it
I'm
forever.
looking. Oh, here it is.
Do the chickens have large talons?
Chickens, not hawks.
Imagine that. You just
Okay.
because when I used to mow, I had so many acres of land. I had a 52-inch lawnmower. It took me 4 hours to mow my yard.
Woo!
How many hours?
4.
Because that's how big my land was when I lived in my grandma's house.
Yeah.
And you just shut your mind off. You're just mowing, happy, thinking
Right.
about things. Next thing you know, you're
Get
fighting with
attacked
them.
by
There's little Eric.
Yep.
I mean, what in the hell are the odds? I mean, when something like that happens to you, should you like go out and buy a lottery ticket and say, well, or did you already use that chance? almost nothing in a billion chance.
Is she lucky then, Roula, or unlucky?
Unlucky. I think she's unlucky.
Survived.
I think she's unlucky because none of us were lucky. We didn't have that happen to us. But
Right. I think the unlucky part is what are the odds that the hawk had the snake, lost it out of its grips, and it landed on her arm versus just landing somewhere else in the open land? So, yeah, I didn't think that the hawk already had the snake.
Yeah.
And that's why the hawk came after the snake. I thought that it fell out of a tree or fell out of somewhere above her, wrapped around her arm, and then
she's in her
happenstance a hawk
backyard.
was flying by.
And I told you guys this story many times over like 3 or 4 years ago. I had this huge, when I lived in the house in Bel Air, this big window. So it looks like there's no seams to it. My dog was on the couch. All of a sudden, I heard this thud, and I look, and it was a hawk. It was watching my dog. It's a little Montepoo, like 15
On the
pounds.
couch.
So he flew into the window.
Didn't see that it was a window. Just thought it was open space, and just boom. And I saw it later. I'm like, what do I do? I was going to go out there and help the hawk.
He was trying to kill your dog.
But then the hawk woke up from its concussion, whatever, and then took
woke
off.
up?
Yeah, because I thought it was dead because the way it hit, it was just laying there.
I just picture like the cartoon. He's laying on the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could see them around Bel Air because they have that.
Oh, they're everywhere.
They have that area with a lot of frogs. They have a wildlife place. I forget what street it's on, but yeah, you just see them circling up there. So
There's
whenever I
a
do
lot
that,
of
I'm like, I hold
buzzards.
my baby.
Now, a question here.
And you know what, Eric, there's a lot of buzzards too at San
we get
Felipe
buzzards in Jersey
and,
Village.
Gessner. San Felipe and Gessner one time, there were 2 buzzards going after a rabbit, and it was the most disgusting
A lot of times
thing.
they're in Jersey Village following Ryan when he's jogging.
They are.
Because they're waiting for him to fall out and die.
I'll tell you, there was one time. There was one time I was out there. Yeah, I felt like it with 103
You gotta
degrees.
stay away from that,
But
dude.
yeah, there were buzzards out there, and they were attacking this poor animal. It had to be a squirrel. And I'm like, hey, and I went after them, and then they came after me.
Was it a dead squirrel?
Yeah, it's a circle of life. You can't get in the middle of that.
They need to eat it.
Oh,
But
it's still sad. I don't
Here's the
wanna
one thing
see
you
that.
can't do: you cannot discharge a firearm in your neighborhood. You can't
I would
in other
hope
words,
not. You would try and
if a hawk
shoot
came
it.
down and attacked you, I think it's illegal to fire your gun in your backyard.
I mean, if he's trespassing.
I mean, if,
I don't know.
I mean, what would you do if you had a weapon and you saw
Stand your ground.
If you had a weapon and you saw one of your loved ones being attacked by a hawk, would you shoot the hawk?
No, because I probably shoot
I would
the
accidentally
person.
shoot my loved one by mistake. I'm not a
Yeah.
good shot like that. I'm no
Yeah.
sniper.
I would just try and get like a stick and yeah.
A water
How you do
hose
it?
or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Cookie.
Smack him with the
Okay, so
stick.
here's a dumb question, Amnesty. I have a 20-pound golden doodle that I got at a rescue. Is 20 pounds like
too
hawk
heavy.
happy
Yeah,
weight?
that's too big
Or is it
for a
too
pickup.
heavy?
They're not going to go for
Okay.
that.
They
They're going to
want-
go for like a 10-pound dog.
Yeah, anything under.
Like
Yeah.
Misty is like perfect
Yep.
prime.
Yeah.
She looks fluffy.
How many pounds is Misty?
Squish ball. 12 pounds, I think.
She's 12.
Yeah.
And
She
how
might
many
even be a
pounds is
little
Sebi,
big.
Eric? The hawk tried to get your Sebi.
Almost 15, 14.
Yeah.
But he was laying on the couch.
He was little back
So-
then.
Yeah, he looked like a little
He was
snack.
probably 12
Yeah,
pounds. 10
Sebi
pounds.
still looks like a little snack.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh
little
my
cotton
God.
ball.
When animals attack, you can see that. I guess you go to Click to Houston's website and you'll see that Peggy.
Peggy Jones. She looks like a Peggy Jones. And you look at her, you're like, oh, yep. That's exactly.
That's a Peggy
That's
Jones.
what I meant.
I love a
I'm
tractor
just
and I
glad-
was
She's
just
okay,
mowing.
though.
I'm glad she's
I hope
okay.
Peggy Jones listens and then can call us in
Yeah.
and tell us
I'm
how
not gonna,
she's doing.
I'm going to go to find her.
You're
if
going
you
to go
wanna
find
talk to her.
Peggy Jones,
Yeah,
Mom?
we're going to get Peggy on the air.
Poor
Yeah, 'cause
Peggy.
coming
We're
up
glad
next,
she's okay, though.
Something
Yeah,
came
thank
down,
goodness for
Roula,
that.
like
Yeah.
right after the show on
Was it
Friday.
It was a Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday.
Yeah,
After the
and
show.
Roula, you'd cut out because I mean, first of all, you're recovering right now, and
From
we
my
had to
leg.
take.
For those that don't know, my ankle fusion surgery, it's been pretty rough. Yes.
It was like
And people are
9:40.
coming to you.
The show was over. We're like, okay.
The show was basically over, but it was serious enough to where we had to call Sam and Kevin into the room. And
We were
we're
going
like,
to do it during my show, but we were like, nah.
we're like, no, you got to do this right now because it's an
not.
emergency couples court.
like, sorry, Sam.
So
Wicked.
we'll do the summer of 2020 free, and then we'll get into the couples court next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
KRBE, it's the Roula and Ryan Show. Congratulations to VB in the running for $10,000. Scored those Beats wireless earbuds the summer of 2020 free. So we do have a winner. You can stop texting for that because right now we got to
There's
do
a lot
this.
of texting.
It's Roula and Ryan's Couples Court, 104.1 KRBE.
All right, court is in session. It was an emergency court we had to do.
What I love about this show is like people, call the panic button and they know the panic button, or they hear things like we did. What did we do last week? And someone said that's more like a believe it or not. It was supposed to be some other type of story.
Yeah.
And then people are texting in, no, that's more like a believe it or not. That's not really for that topic. And then people calling for couples court. I just love it. So keep texting if you want to be on the show, be part of it, because this show does not work unless we have you guys.
And we got a team here. So it was really when Roula had to step out just for a few moments.
Yep.
And we're like, okay, Sam, Kevin, come on in here. We got to help these people. We got Michael and Jasmine on the line.
Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Michael's the one that actually reached out to us, so we're going to go ahead and let you plead your case first in couples court. Michael, what's the problem?
I don't want my son to be a quitter. We've been back and forth about him not staying with one thing. You know, last year he had started really enjoying the band. We got him a French horn, and he quit that. But he is really good at football, and Jasmine is not feeling the football. She's worried about his safety, and I'm worried about him being consistent.
Okay, now has he played football before?
Yeah, he's really great at it. The guy has talent. I hope he makes it to the NFL one day.
Now, does he want to play? Like he loves it,
Yeah,
or is
that's
he?
the big question.
Or does he feel like he's playing for you?
No, he loves it. That's my boy. That's my boy.
That's my boy.
Jasmine?
My eyes are rolling so far back in my
Yeah,
head.
Kevin's not attached to the sports
I was thinking
here.
Varsity Blues, like
Yeah.
when they were in that town in Texas and they had billboards for the kids. Like it was like
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle and a
Hey,
religion.
Ryan hates posters. Don't do that.
I hate posters when they're held up in front of a concert.
Oh,
I'm
that's
at a
what
concert. If you're, here's Ryan. I hate posters. No, I don't hate posters. I hate posters that are held up in front of me at a concert. They took that out of context. Okay, so Jasmine, what's the reason why do you not want him playing football?
He's 16 years old, so he's still growing, and I don't like football for him. I just don't. I saw the movie Concussion, and I don't like it. And last season, honey, he barely played. Like, he was on the bench the entire time, you know.
Well, that should be safer then, right?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about a concussion.
But Michael, you said you thought he's going to the NFL and he's benched.
Me and him have been watching these YouTube videos of Deion Sanders' team in Colorado, and they put everything on the tube showing the inspiration that the coaches give the players. And I want him to get some of that.
So you see potential in him, he's just not playing.
But I think maybe you see it more than anybody. And I know that stuff can be inspiring. My thing is if someone wants to do it and you're
Well, that's
on
a big
board.
question. Does he want to play?
I know you said, does he really want to play? How about you, Jasmine? Does he really want to play?
I don't really think he does. He sat on the bench. He doesn't really want to do it. He didn't really want to do band. And the truth of the matter is, I support him. I didn't really have supportive parents. I had parents who made me do every activity that I hated, and I was miserable. And I don't want my kid to be miserable. And he left band because he didn't want to do it. Was he kind of good at it? Yes. But just because you're good at something doesn't mean you should be doing it. I've seen him. He stayed on the bench. He says he doesn't want to sit out there in the heat. You know, maybe he wants to work inside on the computers or something. And
work inside on the computer or play video games.
Yeah.
Well, he could make a lot of money doing
I feel
that.
like you guys, do you have the same kid? Are you guys talking about the same kid?
Right.
Dad sounds hopeful.
Yes, I'm very hopeful.
Okay.
He's going to be a man.
The bottom line for me is I don't want to force my kid to do stuff my kid doesn't want to do.
Okay, but you got to make him do something once in a while.
I could understand if he was like 5 and you wanted him to try all the sports and all of the instruments and everything like that. And camps, yes. But now that he's 16, I mean, I feel like this is just, if he doesn't want to do it, okay, cool. Like,
Here's what
you're
my-
in high school. Once you go to college,
Yeah, but at the
you don't
same
need to
time,
play a
you
sport.
can't let him quit everything. He quit band last year, now he wants to quit this.
Is he doing this for his dad? Like he wants to be on this team just because his dad? Sounds like his dad's pushing him.
No. He's doing it for himself. He loves football. We play Madden all the time.
On the video game, inside, out of the heat.
She sounds like a mom.
No risk of a concussion.
I think your son, if he really wants to do this, then he will have regrets, or actually he'll be upset with you, Mom, for preventing him from doing this. Let him get it out of his system. If he's being benched all the time, well, he'll figure it out.
But what if
that
he's doing
this
it,
is
Kev?
not-
What if he's just doing it for his daddy? Like he wants to
Then-
make his dad happy. And then what if he breaks an arm or something happens to him?
He'll be a man.
These are
He'll be
all,
a man.
yeah, these are all what
He's
ifs.
going to be a
So-
man if he quits it
So
anyway.
definition of a man to you, what's the definition of a
Breaking
man?
bones.
He won't if he listens to his mother. That's my job to make him a man.
So you think that mom is coddling him too much?
Too much.
I don't know if he has any siblings, but when we weren't sure about my little brother liking something, my parents would be like, hey, can you get the real deal from Colin? Can you ask him what he really feels like? And my brother would be honest with me, and that's...
You'd snitch.
Yeah, well, I would know. My parents would...
You're undercover. He's like, narc.
This is sweet. This is sweet things. It's like, you're like, Mom, he really doesn't want to do this. I don't think you should push him into this
Jasmine,
anymore.
do you have a daughter or a son, another one?
He is an only child, so we don't have any...
How about a cousin or like a...
I don't know.
Or why don't you just straight up ask him?
That's what I'm saying. You need to ask him what he wants to do, because I'm actually hearing influences like, Mom, you're making him pay for the sins of your childhood, and Dad, you just want to try and shape him into what you want to be.
I feel like he's living
vicariously
through your son,
I don't think it's that extreme.
Is this the help I'm getting?
Well, no, it's supposed to be a fair and impartial court here, and we're just throwing different things at you.
Sam doesn't think your son's good enough.
May I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Jasmine.
Maybe you're right, because for me, even if we get the answer that he wants to play football, I don't like it for him. I don't want him getting a concussion, and I want him sitting in this hot heat getting a heat stroke.
May I ask both of you a question here? Is he, I hate to say, is he a lazy kid? Does he just like kind of lay around the house? And I was joking earlier about the video games, but does he do anything?
Does he do chores? Does he work?
He loves practice.
Oh, God.
I understand the concern about concussions, because I have a son, and my husband does not want him to play football, and my husband played football all through college. Any sport, you can get a concussion. I mean, realistically, he could fall down the steps and get a concussion.
But I didn't get an answer from Mom. I mean, Mom, is he a motivated kid, or is he the meh generation?
He's a little lazy. Okay, fine.
But every generation thinks their kids are lazy. I don't care.
Well, this is laziness on a whole new level, though.
What do you think a football coach is for? To help raise and build a man. He needs to be around some boys that are facing adversity, physicality, all of those good things.
Okay, give him an option then. You either play football or you go get a job.
He's 16.
What the hell? 16? I had a job at 16. Didn't you?
You throw this kid out. This poor kid's going to...
You know what I would rather my son do? I would rather my son learn. He loves the computer. Why does he learn to be, a computer programmer? Maybe he can be an influencer. He can stay at home with me.
That's an unrealistic expectation. Everybody thinks they're going to be the next influencer.
Well, his dad thinks he's going to be the next NFL star, and he's on the bench.
If we didn't have kids like my son, we wouldn't have the NFL on Sunday.
What?
Oh, my God. He's not.
The NFL Network, maybe? What do you mean?
I think he should still play. My idea is he should still play.
I think he should definitely still play if that is his genuine...
If that's what he wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you get that out of him.
Thank you.
Without him feeling guilty, it's going to be hard to get the honest truth out of him. He needs to either get it out of his system or continue on through it. I doubt that he's going to be so good he's going to get a scholarship, I'm sorry to say this, in college, but he might have fun with it in high school. And if it's just getting, beat up for 2 seasons, he'll be fine.
I got to say something. I got to back my hubby up. Our son's legit really good. He was a freshman, so they benched him, but he's super fast and he's got great hands. He could do it if he wanted to. There's a lot of potential there, but it's too dangerous. I don't know if he really has the aptitude to work that hard.
Well, you'll never know unless you let him try.
This is a tough one.
He might despise you, Mom, if you hold him back.
You all convinced me. Maybe I should let him do it. If he gets a concussion, I'm sending the bill to your show.
Oh, no. We don't care that much. Michael, what do you think about that?
I'm in agreement. You know what I tell my son? A sword in the hand of a coward is useless.
Did you just hear what I said, honey?
What the hell?
Acknowledge the fact that I'm okay with him playing now.
Dude, you're almost out, and you're making it worse.
What about like a gun in the hand?
Yeah, those metaphors, I don't know if they're going to get through to him.
Bird in a bush?
I love you, darling.
Okay.
He got his way. I love you, darling.
I guess you guys don't need us to vote on this.
Yeah.
I guess not.
I guess there's an
This case
out.
is thrown out.
Yeah.
You're a big help.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Good luck with your son, okay?
Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
I'm glad we could help somehow.
Clear the dockets.
Let them play. And some people even said, their daughter, softball didn't play the first couple, first 3 seasons, and all of a sudden she played her senior year, got 3 scholarships.
Well, yeah, a lot of times the seniors are going to get the most play, obviously.
Yeah, and especially if you play with a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Like my son, when he did cross country, he played ran with, it was Division III, but that team won like 90% of the time, state titles all the time, and the whole country. And he said, I could go there. I probably wouldn't be able to be one of the main guys, but I'm going to learn how to do it the best way.
Good for
him.
him.
Or go somewhere and where you could be one of the top guys or something.
Right.
And this is still part of his life. He still is out there
He's still
running.
out there running stuff. So he learned how to run correctly, which sounds weird to me because I'm like, well, don't you just go out there and just run?
No, it's a lot of
There's a whole
skill.
technique and how they do it.
It's just like exercise. There's a correct way to exercise. Like, look at me. I exercise and I get nowhere, and it's because I'm not exercising correctly. You got to learn how to do it the right way.
Yeah. But I say, let them play.
Tell you what, man.
This heat, though, is going to be, when they do 2-a-days and stuff, heat out there
it's
right
brutal.
now.
Well, right now, hopefully they're not thinking about doing anything. It's 103 degrees.
I know my daughter, they do in field hockey, if it gets really hot, stays hot, they're going to start practicing before school. She's like, no, I don't want to go at
Oh, wow, yeah.
6 in the morning when it's really...
It's not going to be as hot.
80 is a lot different than 103. There's a big difference.
Teenagers getting up at 5 in the morning isn't the easiest thing.
Oh, no, I'm sure not. And you don't have to wake her up.
Nope, I don't. I'm going.
It's like,
I'm out.
that's fine. I'm cool with morning practice.
We
whatever
talk
you gotta
about
do.
how the audience of the Roula and Ryan show is just as much a part of it as we are. And I mean, the listener lines, we've had people really calling in a lot with panic situations. And this one came in, I think it came in like at 5:40 a.m. this morning.
5:44 to be exact.
5:44. And this man was really, this has got to be moved to the front of the queue because he's got a serious situation with the divorce going down.
Divorce. It sounds like he wanted, but now it sounds like he doesn't want it. I'm confused what he wants.
Well, you're going to hear the call, and anybody that's been through a divorce, you can actually help him out. Listener line, panic button. It's coming up next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
On KRBE.
713-278-VENT. That is our listener line number. And this came in at 5:44 a.m. this morning.
You can call anytime. Weekends, if you're out partying with your friends, you want to leave a message. If you have problems. I've been getting a lot, like at 3 in the morning the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, this is certainly bothering this man. Now, in all fairness, this was about a 5.5 minute call. Try and keep him down to about a minute and a half. So
I know
I'm
when I
gonna
told
give you
Ryan, this guy went
You
on.
start like a timer, like it starts beeping.
Yeah, you're
Beep.
like, Ryan, I
Beep.
don't know if
Stop
you're going to be able to
talking.
play
Beep.
this. I'm like, so I'm going to give you the highlights of this, and it deals with him going through a divorce.
Me and my wife, we've been married for 12 years now. Back in May, she approached me and told me that she wanted a divorce. She's like boss girl now. I'm basically getting promoted constantly at work, and good for her. I'm glad like her career is working out and she's getting what she wants. We agreed on this, that we would split the assets 50-50. We were in a good, a pretty good relationship. We weren't like fighting. There was no cheating. I have my own business, and she promised me that she would not, under any circumstances, come after my business or try to ruin my livelihood, because she knows that once the divorce is over and we go our separate ways, I still need my business to live. The lawyer, it's like a blood-sucking hound. They're asking for everything. I was out at a business dinner on Friday, and guess who walks in the door? She did not see me. She was with some random guy and her best friend and her boyfriend. Now, here's what I think is going on. Her best friend hates me. She went through a really bad divorce a few years ago. She gave my wife her attorney's information. So I'm obviously really upset about this. I feel like my wife owes me an explanation. I feel like we need to have a sit down. I don't know what to do though. I want to go back to my house and ask her, but at the same time, like, what if that guy's there? What if she, doesn't want me there? What if it stirs up a whole new thing? What are y'all's thoughts? Help.
Now, part of the extended conversation dealt with the fact that he has tried frantically to get a hold of her. She's ghosting him.
Now
she will not answer his calls, messages.
We only
anything.
hear his side of the story.
Yeah.
Right.
There's 2 sides, right?
Yeah.
Or 3
There's always
sides.
2 sides, yeah.
Now, in all fairness, the house they bought together, she can't lock him out of it.
That part at the end there, like, grow a pair, and you go knock on that door, or you just walk in. It's your house.
It is your house.
Who cares if the guy is there? It's your house.
It's your house. You're allowed to be there. Here's the thing that people love to try and threaten, or they actually do. I'm changing the locks. Well, guess what? If you're both on the leash, you can't do that. Any lawyer will tell you that. You cannot do that. You cannot, forbid somebody from staying in their own house.
And, I mean, just because you make a promise with each other, I mean, unless you wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting divorced, don't you have to split it?
And once you get lawyers, and he's right about it, some lawyers are blood-sucking leeches. I mean, I think back about my own divorce. I was going to give her everything. You know who ended up getting everything? Her lawyer. Her lawyer did.
I think the biggest thing is people always think, why they give me this? Are they hiding something else? They have something else that, why are they giving me this? That means they have something else. I want more. I want more. It's like.
Well, a decent lawyer is going to have what they call forensic accounting. Here's another thing that people love to try and do: start their own private accounts. You can't do that while you're going through divorce. You cannot do that. So I think my advice to him is like, dude, you're right, Eric. You got to just knock on that door and say, what is going on? Why are you ghosting me? Why are you not having any conversations with me? Because when you do it only through the lawyers, every time you make a phone call to that lawyer, every time you make an email to that lawyer, they're charging you hundreds of dollars.
So is he able to do that business because didn't she say something about like she has a good job or something?
He said that her career has taken off. So she's doing really well and he's happy for her.
So for her to, maybe she was helping if they're married, they share the money, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's something else.
I mean, and he also said what you didn't hear on the air is like
sucks because that's your business.
The divorce took him by surprise. Like he didn't know there was anything wrong in the marriage, and she
kind of wonder if she's getting peer pressured by her friend that just went through a divorce, and it's like her new friend's like, oh well, I'm going out and meeting all these guys. It's so fun. You could be living this lifestyle too.
Isn't that a thing where people see their friends get divorced and they're like,
like,
oh wow, it's like a whole new lifestyle. Well, I want to be a part of that.
And you got half the money and you don't have to sleep with him anymore and deal with his crap.
Yeah.
What I hate is when people recommend, like, oh, you need to divorce him. Here's my attorney. I just want to choke the person that gave her that attorney's number.
Well, don't do that. Panic
I would never do that.
Well, no, panic button caller.
I just say,
don't trick
dude, go to your house, talk to her, and say, hey, we talked about this. I mean, I know for some reason you really have it out for me now with this lawyer, but like you said, Ryan, the lawyer's going to take a lot of this money.
A big chunk of it, yeah.
If we just would have split it 50-50, maybe.
I won't even tell you how much money it cost. It was a lot of money. I'd worked my entire life to get to this point, and this lawyer took almost it was insane. When I had my lawyer break down, because I had to pay her lawyer's fees, and I broke down, and she had billed just thousands and thousands of dollars and actually done no casework whatsoever. It was just every time.
Was you trying to report her?
Every time I did. I did. No, she got a little slap on the wrist because they double dipped. What they did is they garnished my wages when I had never been late for any payment. I had a direct deposit through San Antonio,
Yep, I know that.
I did all that, and then I'm like, wait a second. I started looking at my pay stubs. I'm like, they're taking out of my account here at work. And this person had actually forged my name and said that go ahead and garnish my wages, and I never did that.
You're like, I never signed that.
And I wanted this woman.
What would you say then? What should he do?
He's got to go. He's got to go to her house, right in his house. It's your house. You don't have to leave. You could sleep on the couch there. It's your place, and get some answers. But find out.
You don't have to be screaming, yelling.
Don't be mean.
Just talk.
Try
your best.
Anytime you get lawyers involved, though, it gets ugly. I'm telling you. And don't think that one lawyer is going to handle our divorce. They can't. They're going to look out for one person's interest, not both of y'all's.
Especially if they have money.
You
don't have money, that doesn't matter.
Hopefully he's lawyered up. But yeah, I agree with you. He's got to go to the house.
Hi, man.
Got to talk to her.
Let us know what happens, dude.
Yeah, please call us back. Leave us a listener line.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
It is brought to you by Duncan. A 1,266-page report has been released by HPD about the Travis Scott situation. Remember the asteroid disaster over a year ago? It mentions a $4.5 million incentive Travis Scott would be paid by Apple Music if he completed the show. Apple was an official partner for the event and live streamed the performance, even as hundreds of bodies were being compressed in the crowd, and ultimately 10 people died at Energy Park on November 5th, 2021. Now, Scott, who continued to perform for another 37 minutes after local officials declared the concert a mass casualty event, is denying any wrongdoing in the night's deadly crush. So they're saying in this report he had an incentive to finish that concert no matter what because he was going to get another $4.5 million.
I know he settled yesterday with a family. He did another family a few months earlier, but they don't say what the settlement was.
Yeah, the full article's on Cron.com. Now, tonight's drawing for the Mega Millions jackpot is an estimate. It's actually tomorrow night. Sorry. Tuesday night's drawing. $1.55 billion. So if you take the cash buyout, it's $757.2 million, which would still be the largest prize in lottery history if won. But then do the math. From that $757 million.
Don't ask us to do math on a Monday. Kevin,
almost half of that's going to be taken for taxes. You're going to walk away.
There he is.
Out of $1.55 billion, you're really only going to walk away with about $355 million.
It's still a crap ton of money. I know.
I'm saying only, but
it is crazy. If 1.5 to just 300,
$355 million after taxes.
Not adding up.
I put $20 in Friday, and I think I did 10 the day before.
Yeah?
Or last Tuesday. So I'm in 30, so
I hope you win it, Eric.
I'll do another
I
20.
hope you win it.
You going to try it? You got to at least put
No. I think
$10 in.
I think my husband will. I won't.
Well, why not?
I don't really have an
Then you have a
interest.
chance.
Is there an app?
I
for
rather
that?
use the $10 for like a Starbucks.
Yeah, I think there's an app you can do
or-
on your phone.
You can. There is a new app. I think we're promoting
Yeah, I
it
thought
on
I
our
heard-
station.
Yeah, I've
Radio
never
station.
bought a lottery ticket. I've never lost $1.
Well, you don't play then because if you win, I will be so. That's what will happen.
If I bought my first lottery ticket ever and won 1.55
I
billion.
need you on TV with that big check. Oh, hey, everybody.
Hey,
First time I ever did it, I just put $2.
If
Oh,
you have that
suck
luck, that is impressive. Impressive.
Hey, by the way, the Astros are visiting the White House today. They do this every year. The White House meets with the president and the White House staff meet with the team that won the World Series. They did it back in 2017. And this has been going on for almost 100 years, 99 years. This tradition started back in 1924.
That's cool.
When the first champions were the
Because they're playing
Senators.
Baltimore tomorrow. So
Yep.
They're in the area.
They left New York, went to D.C., and how far is Baltimore and D.C. from each other?
They're only
Very
about
20
close.
minutes?
Yeah.
No,
20
it's more
miles or
like
how-
it's more like an hour.
An hour?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what part.
So one place I've never been is the East Coast.
No,
I mean, I've
you've
been to New York once.
never been to D.C.
But I don't
Come home with me.
I wanna
I'm
go to
going
DC.
home. You can come see my family house.
Oh, we should do like behind the scenes
Behind the scenes.
Yeah,
with your
gotta
house.
film it.
You see my house? See my bedroom?
Don't you have one of those houses with like? It's not a basement, but it's like
Split
a
level.
Split level.
Oh yeah, there's so many split levels.
Yeah, that's all
Technically,
Pennsylvania.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
How'd you
Technically,
do
I
that
have
when
a
you were in high
4-level
school and you
house.
came home drunk?
It was fun.
Is your childhood room still like a shrine? It's still the way you left it?
No. We
Oh, your
painted
soccer
it.
trophies?
Yeah.
Yeah, where are the trophies
My dad
at?
made me go through his office when I would come home from parties.
Oh, he did?
Oh yeah, it was really bad. I just don't make eye contact.
Just trying to walk by as
He
fast
didn't
as
have
you
to.
can.
He could smell the booze on
Oh
you.
yeah, just don't make eye contact because your eyes would be real glossy. Kev knows what I'm talking
Sunglasses
about.
on. What? I don't know.
But it's
Use the
nighttime.
use the eye drops. They still didn't work.
All right, coming up next, it's a Roses update with Diana after Deshaun first hit on Roula and then sent roses to Tanya. You're going to hear it next on 104.1 KRBE.